Hello everybody, Carolyn Caldwell here from Caldwell Evolution with day 18 of the Organizing Spring Fling. And today I'd like to talk about toddlers and preschoolers making decisions. I know that you might think that they're a little young for making profound decisions in their lives, but you'd be surprised how you can help them learn to make decisions that will be helpful with organizing when they grow up to be adults. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is what is clutter. Clutter is basically a delayed decision. So if an individual is a not very good decision maker, chances are that they're likely going to have more clutter in their lives. The decisions that you need to make around objects are, do I need this? Does it work? Do I like it? Is it broken? Does it fit me any longer? If it doesn't fit me and I still like it, what do I do with it? If it doesn't fit me and I don't like it, am I prepared to give it away? What happens if I lose that weight? Maybe it'll fit me someday. Give it away anyways, okay? But those are a whole lot of decisions. That's just the beginning. If it's going to stay with me, does it have a home? Where is its home? Is it in its home? What do I need to create for it to be in its home? And then have I put it away? Have I used it? And if I've used it, did I put it away in its home? So that's a whole bunch of decisions, and if people are struggling to make decisions or don't learn at an early age to be able to make difficult decisions, then frequently they struggle with some of those decluttering decisions. The other thing that happens when children are very small, babies, is they learn something called object permanence. Now, in Piaget's theory of cognitive development, there are 4 stages of development, and the object permanence is part of the first stage, or the sensory motor stage. And babies learn object permanence at about 4 to 7 months. So when they learn that, they start to develop, the object permanence helps them to develop memory, it helps them with language acquisition. There are 4 things here. Let me see if I can remember them. It helps them with exploration, and it helps them with creativity in things like play, make-up play or magical play. It helps with the creativity. And I would add to that list of 4 things that it also helps with organizing, because if an object is suddenly permanent, in other words, when you take it away, it doesn't go away. When you take it away, it still exists. Then the individual can make a decision about whether or not you want that object to go away. So for example, if a baby, a little toddler or a baby, has a favorite blanket, and you take the blanket away and they've developed object permanence, they might get upset. It would be reasonable. I want my blanket, bring it back. I don't want you to take it away. Prior to object permanence, they don't care if you take it away, because they can't see it. They figure it doesn't exist any longer. And when it comes back, oh, there's a whole new blanket. Gosh, I like that one. So the other thing is that children need to learn that items in our life have a natural life cycle. So things come into our lives, objects come into our life. Objects are used up, or they have a role in our life. And then they naturally go to a life beyond the front door. And it might be that they're used up, so they go into the garbage or the recycling. It might be that they get broken, so they go into the garbage or the recycling, or they get fixed. It might be that the child grows up and they grow out of their clothes, so they get passed on to another child, they get donated someplace else, and so on and so forth. But these are all natural things that happen in the natural life cycle of objects in our lives. And we can teach children that at a very, very young age. For example, if a child has a birthday and they get new toys, and you're looking at the old toys and you're thinking, oh man, that's a lot of toys. I think it's maybe time that we do a little bit of culling. Well, why not engage the child in that culling activity? You have some new toys. Why don't I take some of these old toys, would you like to give them to a younger child so that they can play with them because you've got big child toys to play with now? Or why don't I put them away for you because you're finished playing with them now? Perhaps there's a coloring book and the coloring book gets used up. The coloring book's used up, you're finished with it. Why don't we put that away now or take it away? It's used up, so it goes into the recycling. And some of the things that you can do there are have the child pick out their favorite ones, pick out a handful of favorite pictures, and then the rest of it can go away, so that they learn that there's a natural evolution into that process. When it comes to clothes, these clothes don't fit you anymore. Let's take them out of your cupboard, drawer, basket, wherever they live, and let's give them to a younger child because you're a big child now, so you've got big child clothes. Let's give this to somebody else that it's going to fit, and engage them in that discussion about who it's going to go to. Maybe they've got a friend, maybe their friend has a smaller sibling. And even if the child doesn't have very good language skills in terms of their articulation to you about what they're thinking, they will still be hearing and they will still be understanding that you are working through a decision-making process on their behalf or with them, engaging them in that. And so there's a natural evolution of those objects and those positions in their life. When that child then grows up to be an adult, teenager, adult, young adult, so forth, they will have developed some of those decision-making skills around objects in their life and be able to execute that decluttering, downsizing, shedding, or eliminating conversation more easily and more naturally. I hope that's helpful, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye now.